everyone. Welcome to our wellness webinar of today. We will talk about reducing toxin exposure and just in general, the truth about toxins and how it affects our health. Most importantly, we'll talk about what ways you can reduce the toxic loads at home with the things you use and in your body. I have the pleasure of teaching this webinar with Stephanie, who is also here with me. And together, we'll talk about this topic. So before we get started, let's introduce ourselves. Stephanie, let's start with you for those of us that haven't met us yet.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today as well. It's always a pleasure hosting these events and webinar alongside with Juliana. I am Stephanie. I'm a wellness coach, an advocate, wellness therapist, massage therapist, and Reiki and sound healer. And this is definitely part of our vision and mission is to help share different ways and different tips of wellness in many ways. So thank you so much for those who haven't met us yet. It's a pleasure to have you join us. We're super excited to get into this one, and I'll let Juliana continue and introduce herself.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie. So I'm Juliana Salazar. I am a wellness coach, certified Ayurvedic health practitioner. Ayurveda stands for traditional Indian medicine. I'm also a yoga teacher. And just like Stephanie mentioned, we're very passionate about sharing and educating others about the different ways that we can live a more natural and healthy lifestyle. There's so many things that we can do, but we try to make it as simple as possible and accessible for everybody. And we love doing these educational webinars as well as in-person events and one-on-one consultations. So you always have the opportunity to get in contact with us directly if you have any questions or want to learn more about what we do or participate in future events. So we're very happy for those of you that are here. Thank you for attending live. And I know a number of you are also going to watch the recording. So if you have any questions after the webinar, please reach out to us and we're happy to support you. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and get started with introducing what a toxin is. Stephanie, do you want me to take over the next few or would you like to?
Yep, I can go ahead and take over this one.
Mhm.
And we'll just go ahead and continue. So, what is a toxin? Um, this word, this term has been out, and just the understanding overall of what it is and what it does is really important. So, we found ourselves on this topic and just the importance of the understanding and sharing different ways of what it is, the overload, how to decrease the overload. So we'll get straight into what it is first. And so a toxin is any substance that places undue stress on the body. And they are hidden all around us, sneaking into our cleaning products, our foods, the air that we breathe, and so much more. And so a toxin here and there may not seem like it's a big deal, it's the end of the world. But just considering that our bodies are designed to filter and remove these toxins, and many of you may have heard that, like, for example, when you receive massage, it helps that flow in your lymphatic system to encourage that release. And so it starts with the mucous membranes that line your nose, your mouth, and your throat. So having to do with your body, which are meant to trap those particles. And then you also have your system. So you have your digestive system and your digestive tract, where trillions of microorganisms called probiotics, which many of you probably heard of and are aware of, which is a good bacteria. It helps to maintain the efficiency and support your immune system and the ability to do everything that the body needs to do to filter and to process, along with your liver and your kidneys, which help identify and eliminate those toxins from your blood. So, considering any substance that places stress on the body is considered a toxin, and there are plenty. So, we'll get into the next one here of, as I mentioned, the overload, which is really where things get a bit tricky. So the toxic load is, excuse me, is the sum of these substances when they become accumulated within your body and become a burden on your vital organs. So you can think, may think, what's so bad about it? Is it really that big of a deal? And the problem is that we are constantly being exposed to them on a daily. The toxin load is a term that describes the sum of it. So you can consider, like, after the buildup, after the accumulation, that's when the load increases, and then becomes an issue. And so the more that you are exposed to and the heavier your toxic load becomes after time, after it accumulates, that's where the harm comes into your body. The load becomes too heavy for your body to process and to do what it's naturally meant to do. And that can affect you daily, and within your long-term health. So toxins can cause the imbalances, in your body, and have negative effects on your wellness, on your mental, and overall, your health. So your body has the system to where it's able to filter the harmful toxins, which is amazing. But we do have the constant exposure that we just sometimes don't have. We don't have full control of how much exposure we're faced with, pretty much. And so what we wanted to share is just different things, pretty much shining light on the load here and how the issue can come with too much of it, and then continuing to share on like what we can do about it. I'm gonna grab some water. All right, perfect. So as I mentioned, as far as like when it comes to health and it comes to your overall wellness and noticing, your body will give you signs, like for example, like headaches, stomach pains, and we'll show you here in a second some of the symptoms that you may have experienced. And these are things that we would, love to know, like if you've experienced headache, insomnia, skin problems. Oftentimes, your body odor, it will give you a sign like, hey, there's some type of imbalance here. Exhaustion, fatigue, like just different things you'll start to feel and experience, and that's where you can really sit with and be mindful, like, and really consider like you may be facing the overload. So those are just things to consider, with just everything, with the food, with what you bring into your home, and just knowing that on a daily we do face these things. And so as the loads increase, it's about managing when you encounter these toxins. So you can't avoid every toxin that's out there. That's just the truth, and we know that. But however, you can choose what you bring into your space, and you can do so by just simply lightening it. Perfect. And so the goal is to keep it light. The goal is to keep the toxic load as light as possible, minimizing the exposure to unnecessary toxins, just so that your body can handle the burden and can handle what it's facing. And when you do that, your body will be more effective at what it's designed to do naturally when toxins do come your way. And it's an empowering fact to be able to be mindful and control what you do bring in your home, what you do put in your body, and what you clean with, and just making those mindful choices and considering all that there is, and just knowing that we simply just cannot avoid every single toxin out there, but having the control in the sense of choosing what you do about it, and what you bring into your home, and I can't stress that enough, like what you bring into your home, into your body, is where you have the control, which is a great thing. So let's go ahead and begin with the air and the air quality, the air that we breathe. We sometimes don't think twice about the thousands of breaths that we take on a daily, and what keeps us alive. And so without air, we, the earth, the plants, our animals, our family, would cease to exist. So not only is it essential to have air that's clean, that's life-sustaining power of oxygen, but it's extremely important to consider the air that we are breathing, and what's in the air. And although you can't see it, for anyone who is affected by pollen, you know that you can't see it, but you're affected by it, just like with the toxins. We can't actually see them, but your body gives you those signs when it's like, hey, there's too much going on, like there is an overload here. So that's why it's so important to listen to your body and listen, to those things. And so while you might think that the air in your home is clean, it's cleaner, safer than the air outside, it's actually not true. The indoor air can be more toxic than the outdoor, simply because, again, of what we're bringing in our homes, what products we're bringing. If you do light candles, and you like, different things like that, sprays, Febreze, just to name a few, like different products that help your house essentially smell good. They do have these harmful chemicals and the toxins in them, and so that creates the fumes in your home, exposing you to these toxins. And it's just like considering the things that are in those products, right? The things that maybe we grew up using and seeing our family and our moms and whoever using. Now it's just coming to that, and coming to like really considering like the years, like everything that has, all the time that has passed of us using those things, and how harmful they really are. So the quality of the air that we breathe in our home is really important. So we want to show that although many love candles, they love air fresheners, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to fully say goodbye to the scents that you love. We wanted to show you here a cute little gift that we have, which is an ebook, and you see there's a QR code that you can scan, and you'll see tons of blends, from the pure natural essential oils that you can diffuse. So if you do like the citrusy, I was thinking like even, many people like vanilla. There's just so many different ones. The eucalyptus, like there's so many different scents that you can continue to use and bring into your home with the essential oils, since they are super potent and they're natural. So it will still give you that powerful, clean, inviting the aromas, minus the synthetic fragrances, which is a huge thing. So we will show you later on, after we're done with the class, like some collections and different ways, for anyone who's thinking like, where do I even start? Where do I begin? There's about one, I think 100. Yeah, there's about 100 blends. And if you want to take the time later on to look at that, you'll get to see each kind, different blends, how to use them. Like I said, there's citrus, there's fresh, vanilla, there's a ton that you can choose from, and pretty much keep the fragrance in your home if that's something that you like. There's also many that help cleanse the air in the home, and getting into that, and considering taking that step and finding, like, say for example, mine is the orange smell, the citrusy, the lemon. We can help you with that. There's plenty of oils specifically designed to purify and cleanse the air. And so that's another amazing offering that doTERRA has with their essential oils.
Yeah, and one thing that we love about the oils is that they're portable. Obviously, we can take them anywhere. So we have most of them at home, but if you are someone that travels or that goes to different places, you can take them with you and still get the benefits of aromatherapy with the smell of the fragrances that are natural and pure, and the benefits of these plants that are extracts from nature and fruits and seeds and leaves and all these other elements of plants that can help not only the house smell good or wherever you are, but it helps the mind and the body and emotion. So we're really just sticking to talking about toxins, but the oils can help for so many things while cleansing the home, while purifying the air and smelling amazing. So just wanted to add that too from our experience,
Yeah.
how it's been as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime we travel and we host events and pretty much anywhere, we maybe that's something we can share at another time. But there's also the portable diffuser, and
Mhm.
so we take that everywhere that we go. I've shared that. We both have shared that on our Instagrams. Like the photo of it is super cute and portable, and yeah, like Juliana mentioned, you can carry and take it wherever you like. And either cleanse the air or have that specific scent that you would like with you, which is amazing.
Mhm.
All right, let's jump into cleaning. This one for me has always been, oh my gosh, I have stories as far as when it comes to cleaning and the products. um, and so we pretty much all want a clean home, right? Like we love a clean home, we want it. And it's kind of it's kind of scary when you consider the products that are out there that are cheaper, that are well known, and everything that is included in them. And we actually have a study, according to an EWG study, 53% of the cleaning products under review contain lung harming ingredients, which is pretty scary. And as well as carcinogens and just a number of different toxins in them. And just considering like that alone is it's kind of heartbreaking because they're in the stores and they're everywhere, right? And many of us, for example, like Clorox, I grew up, my family was, that's all they would ever use. And they would use it to the point that if they didn't smell it, they didn't think it was working. I don't know if anyone else has that, had that experience growing up, but that was definitely one of mine. And I personally realized the harm that it caused myself, not knowing any better growing up when I was younger. I think I shared this in one of our previous webinars. I used so much to the point where I had an attack in the bathroom because of the fumes and everything that was in it. So knowing that the 50%, 53% contain ingredients that can harm your lungs, that's pretty scary. Um, and so it's no secret that the common household cleaning products have tons of toxins, but the labels also can be very misleading, which is, I keep saying scary. It's unfortunate. It's scary. It's to have something labeled non-toxic. Anyone can put that anywhere. As well as if many of you may have seen like the green products that are also laced with artificial and hazardous materials. And you really want to look into that. You want to look into like what you have in your home and just consider, again, we're just shining light on the fact of these things are out there and they're all around us. But going back to, we do have a choice in in what we do and how we do it and what we bring in. So we want to share. doTERRA has, and this is just one, and I will let Juliana take over for this one, but you can see for yourself already. We went ahead and shared that this specific cleaning line has, if you can, yeah, you can see none of these and a lot of these. And a lot of these, it's themselves like tea tree, lime, lemon, eucalyptus. They are, as we mentioned, super potent and great for cleaning. So I'll let Juliana explain a little more on this one. And they all smell amazing as well, which we love.
That's right, Stephanie. And we have different options. We'll start with sharing about the abode line. And by the way, if you haven't heard of doTERRA, we've been using doTERRA for almost a decade. And this is really where we get the products from, and not just essential oils, which is what they're known for, the number one company of essential oils around the world, but also all of the products that they create contain the natural ingredients of oils and plants, including cleaning products. So you can definitely do your own DIY. If you're into DIY, there's recipes that will provide for cleaning and for diffusing and all sorts of things. But if you like to conveniently have things packaged and for it to be natural and not have to worry about reading the ingredient labels, and like Stephanie said, so many products in the stores, they call themselves natural. They literally say natural in the bottle, but it's all marketing. I have taken the time to read the ingredients and research myself from out of curiosity, and come to find out that a lot of these ingredients are what are here on the screen over on the left side. Parabens, synthetic fragrances, phthalates, formaldehyde, which a lot of them can cause cancer, as far as cancer and other really serious health issues, dyes, petroleum, silicones, and the list goes on. So these are just some of the ingredients to look out for. But then think about every time you have to go to the store and you have to read through these, how long is that going to take every time you shop, as opposed to knowing and trusting one company that sources from the best quality of plants around the world. And so this product line that I'm going to show you a picture soon has everything that on the right side we see. Certified pure tested grade essential oils that have been used in many forms in addition to cleaning, are used in clinical settings for therapies, and they are really just pure extracts from nature, from plants. So some of the ingredients, like Stephanie was alluding to, are here at the bottom, kind of right side, lime and cassia and cilantro and eucalyptus and lemon tea tree. They support proper cleaning, because that's the other part. People think that because you use natural products, they are not going to clean just as well as Clorox and Lysol and some of these other strong products that we've tried in the past, which thank you for sharing that testimony, Stephanie, about Clorox. I've had similar responses to the specifically Clorox and other types of cleaning products that I no longer use, thank goodness. And honestly, if you haven't had any reaction yet and don't feel any different, it may be because your body has gotten used to it, but it will cause harm. Going back to the toxic overload, eventually it's just a matter of time, because our human bodies cannot handle this amount of toxins, and these toxins don't leave the body. They stay and accumulate, and that's the very concerning part. So now let me show you what this abode line looks like. It is about a year or two old, and people love it because it smells so good. It works just as good as, in fact, probably even better. I'll show you a study in a moment of another product that we have within doTERRA, comparing our products with some of the other conventional things that people use for cleaning, and you'll be surprised. But for here, just look at the picture. We have things like dishwasher pods, liquid soap for the hands and for the dishes. Also surface spray, so multi-purpose surface spray to clean the counters, the bathrooms. We have cleaning concentrates, so for like tough stains and the floors, and just, again, cleaning toys and things like that. There's all sorts of options for you to use, and the two different lines to pick from. The Abode is the one that we're sharing, and then just in a moment I'll show you the On Guard one. We also have the Abode in essential oil form. So it's over here, the small bottle. If you wanted to diffuse that to cleanse the air, that's one that is commonly used. I like to use that one too, to pour down the drain and in the toilet when I'm done cleaning, because it really goes all the way in into the pipes and it helps to cleanse. It is not like coconut oil or those thick oils that will get stuck to the pipes and cause clogging. That's not the case of Abode. It's meant to be used that way, one of the many ways that you can use it. But then we also have hand soap and laundry pods, laundry detergent in liquid form. So really the list goes on. Anything that we use at home to clean and disinfect, we can use in the most natural way with doTERRA. And we'll show you towards the end how you can get your any of these, and just not the entire line necessarily, but anything that you want to start with 25% off. So the Abode line is, again, relatively new, but everybody loves it because it smells so great and it works really well. The other cleaning line that we have is On Guard, and we have, again, a number of products, including the soap and the toothpaste, the laundry detergent. And so this one, it smells a little different, but it's just as good. It's made from the protective blend of On Guard, and that's to support the immune system and to help disinfect and clean anything that we use it with. So this On Guard cleaning concentrate bottle that you see on the left side, it is 12 ounces and it's a concentrate, meaning a little bit goes a long way. So just to give you perspective, one bottle of those, you can make 18, 16-ounce bottles of multi-purpose spray. And that's what we see here in the picture. So I don't know any other place that you can get this amount of sprays out of one bottle of a concentrate with being 100% natural ingredients. So those two usually don't go one in one. So I feel like not only are you getting a really effective product, but you're also ensuring that it's not going to create toxic overload in the home, and it's going to last you for a while. So you're saving money. There's definitely cost savings, not only because it's 25% off, but also because it's going to last you for a long time. And this is what I use the most. I use this one and then the other one. So I really just alternate, but this is the one I've used the longest because it's been around for long. Over on the right side, if we can see the picture there, this is a study that has been done over and over, comparing under a microscope, because there's things that we think we see everything bleached with Clorox, super clean and spiffy. But when you look under a microscope, it has it really cleansed all the way to the smallest particles. And so this is an example of what it looks like when you compare On Guard in the top right, Clorox on their top left, On Guard, top right, Clorox, bottom left is the control. Just, again, you have to have a control option when you do these type of experiments. And then Lysol. So chlorine and Lysol are the ones that we're testing here, comparing it against On Guard. So you can see that the white residue around the Petri dish inside, that is the bacteria, that is all of the things that we're trying to get rid of and clean in our home that accumulate, the dust, bacteria, microbes, all of that. And again, on a visual level, like when we look at things on a superficial level, we think that things are clear and they smell really strong with Clorox. I never stood the smell of Clorox or Lysol, and it always made me really sick. On Guard, we don't have that problem, but take a look at that Petri dish and see how clean it looks. Is the most effective, even compared to Clorox and Lysol. So I love this picture because it really shows you that you think you're getting your house really clean with these harmful chemical-filled ingredients, but you're doing yourself harm and they're actually not as effective. So really, I encourage everybody to at least give it a try at some point, because it really has changed our life. Both Stephanie and I use it consistently. So with that being said, we have another gift for you. And just as we previously shared the ebook about aromas and how you can use this wonderful amount of essential oils to diffuse in your home, we also wanted to share this other gift as it relates to cleaning. And again, cleaning with essential oils is not necessarily cleaning directly with the bottle. because that's more of like a DIY. And there's recipes here in this ebook if you want to take a look and try for yourself. You can do things that are homemade, or you can buy the other stuff that we just looked at, which is what we do just out of convenience. Everything's already ready to use, like that spray in the picture. So you're welcome to scan the code, save these ebooks so that you can take a look later and reference. They're a gift to you. If you have any questions, always reach out to us and we're happy to guide you and help you. But all of these resources are meant to give you more than what we have time for here to talk about the presentation, because we can really literally just talk for forever on each of these topics. And we want to give you the opportunity to dive deeper when you get the chance. Okay, so now we're going to get into a new topic, and I'll let you, Stephanie, kick us off from this, and then I'll take back.
Okay, yeah. So as we mentioned already, the air quality, cleaning, also editing your routine is huge. So when it comes to your toxic load, I think I mentioned this, it can be overwhelming trying to achieve a toxic free life. And the truth is, you'll never fully be able to get rid of all the toxins. They're just a part of life. But you do have some control over what you're exposed to, and especially, again, what you bring into your home. And so, now that you know how many toxins are around and where they come from and how to fight them, you'll definitely be better equipped on taking better care of yourself, your family, your pets, your plants, and you don't have to, excuse me, feel helpless or hopeless when it comes to your health and living in fear of all these toxins. So, with the power of nature and the wonderful gifts of earth, you can take control of your life and enjoy a lighter toxic load and a happy body, and overall better wellness and health. Also, something that is really important is the personal products, like the personal care products that we use, and how many different chemicals they have. And just if you've seen lately, I think Instagram is one that has been shining more light and awareness on how many products are banned in different countries. And just to name a few, there's 40 countries have banned 1,400 chemicals in cosmetic products, while the US has only banned 9. And that is something just to really be mindful of, and just along with so many other things. And if you have seen those commercials, and not commercials, excuse me, I guess we can call them the ads. I can't think of the other word, but there'll be someone showing, like this is banned here, there, and in other places, but not here in the U.S., like Tide and just other named brands that we are familiar with. And so back to the cosmetic products, I have yet to see anyone share and shine light on those, other than wellness coaches like myself and Juliana. And so while there is a slight bit of a difference where cosmetic chemicals are not some are not as risky, and the exposure, some of the other products have more serious health problems. Either way, they are all around us in these products that we use on a daily, on our skin and on our body. So we definitely wanted to share and include those as well. And as far as what you do on a daily and what your routine looks like as far as for your personal care. So we'll go ahead and show you. We'll go ahead and show you those in a minute. And just again, knowing the burden of the body's toxic load matters. It's huge. This is your health. This is your family's health. This is your lifestyle. And just considering what it does to your body and your organs, is, it's huge. So I'll let Juliana get into this one a bit more as far as dieting and just getting more into detail of how important it is with the routine and detoxifying your body as well.
Yeah, so thankfully, human beings, we have the ability to eliminate toxins. So our body is constantly doing this, just like we're not aware of how many breaths we take a day. Our immune system, in conjunction with our detoxing organs, such as the liver and the kidneys and the skin, the lymphatic system, all of them are working in harmony to keep us healthy. And that includes fighting off any toxins and illnesses and things like that. So when we overload our body with toxins that we've been talking about, personal care, cleaning, and even some of the foods. In fact, right now we're sticking to the products for the most part, like the things that we use for personal care and cleaning. But it goes without saying that it's just as important to be mindful of what we eat and what we do with our life on a day-to-day basis. So other toxic substances include foods that are processed and that have food dyes and also ingredients that are banned in other countries. And this is in our food. The FDA does not do a great job in regulating a lot of these, unfortunately. So it's up to us to be informed. And if you're new to that, that's why working with a health coach really helps to create a personalized plan to know what things to favor and what things to avoid or limit. And that way we are not overloaded with toxins. The other forms of toxins, as we know them, are substances, drugs, and alcohol. So, it goes without saying that all things equal, aside from those, there's a lot of other things that we have normalized as daily consumption, such as the things we use for personal care and our daily habits. So creating habits to support our body systems can enable us to get rid of those toxins that we're still exposed to in the environment. And because, like Stephanie alluded to, it's impossible to be toxin free. In fact, we have good and bad bacteria in our body, but when we have too much of the bad bacteria, that's when we get sick. So it's all about a balance and just being more mindful, and you will notice a difference. Because as we showed in one of the previous slides, all of these side effects that happen to people are things that people learn to live with, and that's not okay. It's not normal to think it's fine having headaches and fatigue and being having brain fog and not having the ability to think well, or memory problems, skin issues like rashes or allergies, tummy problems. Like, I mean, the list goes on, and you think what you put on your skin doesn't matter. Well, actually it does, because everything is absorbed all the way to the blood and the cells. So that's a little bit more of the health and lifestyle aspect that we want you to be aware of. And in addition to the things that you bring into your home. So paying close attention to that. And every month we teach these webinars. We try to touch on every single topic related to health and wellness. So we will actually be doing a webinar probably next month, since we're already in this topic. We can talk about that, on how to detox and how to support the detoxifying pathways. Because according to traditional Indian medicine, and actually many other types of natural holistic practices, it is recommended to detox at least once, if not twice a year. And also under the guidance of someone that is an expert and can tell you about that. I've been trained to do this too, and we have options. So this is a topic that we want to expand on a little bit more in a future class. So definitely stay tuned. Because that's important. If we want to start fresh and be more mindful of the products, but we want to get rid of what's overburdening our system, we can use these methods of natural detoxification. Okay, so here's something that if you can get one thing out of this entire presentation, is this kind of catchy term, ditch and switch. So ditching these toxic products, and we have a really fun call to action or homework, if you will, at the end that we think you're going to like. And then this is like a little clue. If we can ditch these toxic products one by one, if not best all at once, and switch to more natural options, you will notice the difference in your body. And it's not just you, it's anybody else that is in the household, including pets. Actually, pets tend to be more sensitive to toxins and like air fresheners and all these things like that they're exposed to. So what are the main steps to kind of go about this process? First is to identify these toxins in the home. And anytime you go out to buy online at the store, products that, again, for the most part are personal care, like hygiene, shampoo, conditioner, hairspray, makeup, skincare, sunscreen, toothpaste, body wash, deodorants, all the things that you use for hygiene, personal care. I advise you to go out and take a look after this class, go take a look and see the ingredients. If some of the ingredients that we've talked about so far in that were in the previous slide, which I'll show you again in a moment, if any of those are there, I would recommend to just throw them out. Don't even give them away. Don't do that harm to someone else. Just throw them out and just remember that this is something that you're doing for yourself to avoid future harm. Don't let it be too late, and then it's a little harder to reverse that damage. The second step is to, after you identify, is to get rid of those products and then switch to more natural options, which again can also be a challenge at first because there's so much information on the internet, on social media, everywhere. People have different opinions on what is natural and what is not. But unfortunately, again, the label of something natural on a bottle does not mean it is. In fact, when you see natural fragrances, only like 4% of that can be 100% plant-based, and the other can be synthetic and toxic. So please be mindful and do your research, or have one company, one trusted company that will always stand by their word of clean ingredients and only source from the best quality of plants that support good, efficient cleaning and personal care that actually work, and they're not doing harm. They're actually helping us in several forms. The third one is what I was speaking to a little earlier, and it's support your body's natural detoxification processes. The first thing you can do is to ensure you drink enough water every day. That helps to flush out the toxins, especially first thing in the morning. If you can drink water with a drop of lemon essential oil from doTERRA, that's a common practice, and it's part of that detox plan that we'll talk about in the future. But even just drinking warm water in the morning and throughout the day to let those toxins out, get your body moving is another quick tip. Whether it be in the morning, in the evening, in the middle of the day, whatever that is, your lymphatic system supports the detoxing, and it's only working when there's movement in the body. So whatever that means for you, pick an activity that you enjoy and go for it. And then trying to get rid of processed foods, because that is only going to add more toxins, and eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, things that have fiber. So again, keep your stomach and your digestion flowing and bowel movements regular. We have also a whole nutrition line in doTERRA that we use to support all of these different functions, from digestion to metabolism, and those are used in conjunction with your regular meals. So we'll talk more about this number 3, but for the most part, those are like really quick tips as it relates to supporting your elimination or your detoxification. And here's something super interesting that if you weren't aware of, just this applies to both men and women. First of all, when it comes to identifying the toxin, in addition to looking at the ingredients and if there's anything you can't pronounce, it's probably not safe. But on average, women use 12 personal care products that contain more than 160 chemicals. This is insane. I mean, I was that woman for sure. I think we all unknowingly have been exposed to these things because it's just propaganda. That's what we see in the stores, and we assume that it's safe. So That's the reality. And then guess what? For the guys, on average, men use 6 personal care products that have more than 85 chemicals. So that applies to you, man, as well. And there's so many studies that have been done on these products, but I don't want us to be part of that study. I don't want us to be part of the consequences that are faced through our own health and well-being, mind, body, physical, and emotion. So this is definitely something that we can control because we decide what we get for ourselves and what we put on our bodies. So it's really the best news that we can get for you today is that the information that you're learning right now, we really hope that it can help you, but it's the action that you take after that's what's going to make a difference and will help you with a little bit of homework. And so, again, going back to the term ditch and switch, if you have a meaning why, if you, it's not just for the sake of, hey, I want to switch my products, try new stuff. Remembering that if you have other people in your household, you may want to have that conversation with them and maybe even share this presentation. You'll get the recording and you can share, hey, I learned a few things today that can make a difference in our lives and in our health. Let's take the step towards ditch and switch and watch this presentation or hear some of the screenshots I took, because you want to protect your home, yourself, the people that go into your home, even if it's guests or people that visit or those that live there. And just, again, be more aligned and taking care of yourself with starting to replace these personal care products as well as the cleaning products that have so many toxins. Okay, so here's another statistics. We love giving you facts and things that are true and real in addition to our own experiences and opinions. 60% of what you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream. I mentioned that a little while ago, but this is more specific. And I mean, just think about it. Anything that we put on our body, we have pores all over our body, and that is the largest organ of our body, the skin. So we also eliminate toxins through those pores. So imagine putting toxins back in through the things that we put on them, like the soap and the body wash and the lotions, the perfumes, everything like that. And guess what? Even the laundry detergent, because that stays in your clothes and you put the clothes on and then you'll start to see these effects sooner or later. Everybody's a little different, but just, keep that in mind as some of the things that you may be facing with in terms of health challenges or issues that you can't really pinpoint what it is. It may be due to the things that are causing toxin overload. So a lot of allergies, and I would say even as serious as cancer, infertility, hormonal issues, and it doesn't matter the age or the gender. So a lot of these dangerous chemicals can really do harmful stuff in our bodies. So starting with this detoxing first and then getting into our own body detoxing later, that will definitely make a big difference in your life. So now we want to present to you some options. We talked so far options for cleaning and for air and aromatherapy. And we also want to present to you things that you can use for personal care, including soaps. And here we have doTERRA's hair strengthening bars. So this is something that was new to me when I first heard about it about a year ago. I've never really used shampoo or conditioner bars. I've always used the soap version. And I thought, this is not going to work. I have thick hair, long hair. It used to be longer than what I have it now. But I gave it a try just because I couldn't judge a book by its cover. So lo and behold, I really love these two shampoo conditioner bars so much that I use them more than the liquid version that doTERRA has. There's options. So like if you want to try this or prefer the liquid one, we have both in doTERRA. But this one is really, really good. I really enjoy it. It's good for curly, for straight hair, for all sorts of hair, especially to strengthen the hair, which a lot of people have hair fall issues. So, and then one thing that we learned about this in particular is that it really saves a lot of water and plastic because it's in the solid form as opposed to the liquid shampoo and conditioner and the plastic bottles. So it's even more environmentally friendly. And I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, then the next thing is sunscreen. And I don't know if you've learned about this before, but there was in the news, I think probably like a couple of years now, one of the major brands, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Neutrogena, skincare brands, they were one of their sunscreens were causing issues, like severe issues to a number of people. And I think they got sued. It went really bad. Everybody found out about it essentially. So, I mean, that was not surprising to me because, again, going back to the toxins in these products, including sunscreen. And this is something that people don't use 24/7 as opposed to that shampoo. So you can imagine how much harm it can do in just like one or two applications when you go out in the sun. Facial sunscreen, that's different. We should use face sunscreen every day, especially if it has moisturizer. I have great news. There's a new face mineral sunscreen that just came out this month that is amazing. I tried it. I have it. I ordered it this month. And it is great because it has a moisturizer. And so you can apply that as a moisturizer and have that sun protection, not only against the sun, even if you're indoors all day. Believe it or not, the windows in our house, the rays that come through, those are not protected. So you're still getting that sun rays, but also the blue light from your phones and the computer, that also affects your skin. There's studies that have been done on how that can make your skin dry and increase wrinkles and so forth, and even have the ability for the sunspots when you're out in the sun to show up more. So these are some of the benefits over on the left side, but it's brand new. And then over on the right side, there's the other sun care line that we have for the body in spray form, in cream form, and then the after sun, which helps for avoiding any sunburn or for moisturizing the skin so well so that you don't have any dryness later due to the sun. Naturally that happens. And I love this. I actually went to the beach last week and I tried it, and it applies so well. It doesn't leave any stray marks. It is absorbed pretty well too, and it works because you don't get sunburn. Just remember to reapply. That's the key. And then we have also some recent news. Today, May 4th to May 27th, we have a BOGO on the sun care line because we're literally in the middle of summer. And we have this BOGO, two options. First one is you buy the body spray and you get the after sun for free. So you can order as much as 5 per account, and you're getting this 25% off. So it's pretty amazing. It's 30 SPF, all natural and effective. Option number 2 is you get the face and body stick for 40 SPF. So this one is like in a stick form, and you can easily apply it on the face, absorbs really well, and it's very nourishing because it has also a moisturizer, very minimal residue. It goes on really well on the skin. People use it on the face and on the body. And then you get for free the after sun. So either options, you get the after sun for free. Highly recommended. I have all of them and definitely take them out when I go outside, and even if I'm in the backyard, it's necessary. I live in Florida, so we know what that's like over here. Okay, moving right along. We talked a lot about skincare and how a lot of these cosmetics and skincare products are very harmful, even like the big brands. And it's even interesting how they're so expensive and yet they're causing all these issues like breaking out and dryness and wrinkles too early in our years. And so we're really like confused, like I thought this is working, but it's really not. It's just like a brand and the propaganda behind it. We in doTERRA, we have 3 main skincare lines. The one that I'm showing here, Virage, is super popular. It's vegan. It's the one that I use. It has the cleanser, toner, serum, and moisturizer. So then in that order is how you do your skincare. And then you apply that sunscreen that we saw that's new this month that has moisturizer. That's really every day for skincare. By the way, all of the skincare stuff that doTERRA has, including the sunscreens and what I'm showing here, plus the other two skincare lines that are one for more acne prone skin, and then the other one is for focused on anti-aging. They're all dermatologist tested and approved. So that's really important for those that care about quality and ensuring that you get the best in your face, because it's an important part of your body. And rest assured that everything that comes out from doTERRA related with the skin is all been tested and approved by dermatologists and skin specialists. So this is definitely one of my favorite lines and skincare lines, and it's also very easy to carry around and portable. So one thing that we want to bring across is that you don't have to live in fear of toxins. It's impossible to be 100% toxin free because, again, we are exposed to them on a daily basis, but our body needs to have a good amount of buffer of enough to get rid of the toxins that come in and day out. So it's literally working 24/7. It doesn't stop even when we sleep. In fact, when we sleep, our liver is working more than when we're awake. And that's why in the morning, if you look at your tongue and you see some residue, you want to scrape that off, because those are accumulated toxins that come up to that part of the body. And that's why we go to the bathroom in the morning. And that's why, it's good to do dry brushing in the morning too. The skin falls off and all these other things, and drink water. Like, there's a reason why our body goes through this whole cycle every single day, our circadian rhythm, as we call it in Ayurveda. So don't be afraid of the toxins, rather be mindful and make these choices, these decisions to reduce the toxic overload. And we talked a little bit about nutrition and how that's a big part of it. Well, when you take the right supplements, in doTERRA, we also have a number of supplements that are all food-based, all natural and effective. They, again, have been reviewed by specialist nutritionists and the folks that are, behind all of these amazing supplements. But when you take the right supplements, like the Lifelong Vitality Pack is the most common, like the minimum vitamins, minerals, omegas, and antioxidants, is meant to supplement your current diet. It helps those detoxing organs get rid of the toxins that we're exposed to on a regular basis, like the environmental toxins that we can control and things like that. Helped our digestive system to be able to process and digest the food and metabolize it and get it to the right systems. So this is definitely something that we'll cover more in our next webinar when we talk about detoxing, because this Lifelong Vitality Pack is part of it. So definitely stay tuned, but you can also get started without waiting. And that one thing to highlight, and I know we've kind of mentioned it throughout our chat today, is that doTERRA is very unique and focuses a lot on three things: the quality and the purity of the oils and all of the products that we have, the efficiency, because everything has been tested and it actually works. Even though it's natural, it works, unlike maybe other products that you've tried that are natural and that don't really have effectiveness. And then the amount of money that is saved, because a little goes a long way. Since these extracts are packed in a bottle, you'll think, I'm going to run out of that fast. Actually, no. One drop of peppermint can equate to 20 cups of peppermint tea if you use the dry or the fresh herb, not the oil. So just think about that. You will save a lot of money. Plus, you have 25% discount with us, and you're doing the best you can for your health and your well-being. Okay, so here we have, Stephanie alluded to this earlier on, we have some options if you're not sure where to get started, or if you already are a client of ours. And this presentation is open for everybody too. We forgot to mention at the beginning. So really, this option is for everybody. If you already have the Aroma Essentials collection, great. Then there's other options definitely in terms of starting to switch, like the skincare line that we have, the other personal care products and the cleaning. But if you're new and don't have the essential oils from doTERRA, this is the best one to get started as it relates to today's topic. The Aroma Essentials collection is one of the common kits that we have, and you save $46 because you'll get the wholesale discount plus free shipping and a wholesale account for a year for free if you ever want to try any of the other stuff that we have, but it's also completely optional. What I love about this essentials collection is that it also has a diffuser. So if you look over on the right side, you're getting 10 oils plus a diffuser at a great discount. And these oils can be used for several things. One, for the aromatherapy for the home, purifying the air, smelling really nice. Two, for emotional therapy. There's ways to use these oils to support the different emotions like stress and all these emotions that we know are normal in our lives, coping mechanism, if you will. And then three, they can be used topically to support different ailments. And that's where Stephanie and I, we have been educated on essential oils for so many years. So that's where you have us to give you one-on-one guidance and support, because everybody has different needs. And every client that we work with, we give them all the support and education that's needed in order for them to be successful and meet their goals with the oils. So this is one option if you're interested. And then we talked about the Abode product line. The whole line, the wholesale price is here listed, is huge savings as opposed to buying one thing at a time. But you're welcome to try the surface spray first, or maybe the dish soap that you use for your kitchen. There really is no perfect wrong or right way, so it's really up to you where you want to get started. And the Abode line is one option. The On Guard one, the one that I showed with the 18 different sprays, that's super popular too. So, and it's actually, I don't remember the cost, but it's really affordable and it'll last you for a long time. And then just as a reminder, we had our personal care products, a number of things. We talked about the shampoo and conditioner, whether you like them in the bar or in liquid form, leave-in conditioner, the body wash, which I don't even have a picture here for, but we have different types of body wash in bar soap, in liquid form. Don't forget about your sunscreen this summer, or every day for that matter. And the promotion that we have going on, the BOGO, which ends in 2 or 3 days. And then the supplements, definitely super key to support our body systems. And then finally, we have this homework for you that is what we call our call to action. You're welcome to take a screenshot of this, because this is something that you'll be doing after, whether it is later today, I know it's in the evening, or tomorrow, or I would recommend within the next couple of days. In fact, I encourage you maybe before the end of the month. That way there's something to look forward to. So it's, again, going back to the ditch and switch. This is more of a challenge for all of you here to really take action on what we've talked about so far. Everything that Stephanie said, sharing her experience. And let me tell you, there's so many more stories that we just don't have time to tell you in this webinar. I mean, like, so many, hundreds, not only from us, but from our clients that have been so vocal about sharing, like, this is the way this has changed my life. It's helped me and my family. And it's helped your family too, as well as mine, both for Stephanie and I. So the action after learning is where the rubber meets the road. We need to make sure we do something with the information that we learn. You've invested time being here today or watching this recording. Definitely do something about it. Baby steps. So this challenge is very simple. The first step is to go out into the bathroom or under the sink and in the kitchen, the different places where you have these products that you use on a regular basis related to personal care, like shampoo, conditioner, sunscreen, skincare, lotions, deodorant, toothpaste, hand sanitizer. We didn't even talk about the hand sanitizer. We have the most amazing hand sanitizer in gel form and in spray that is amazing, and sanitizing wipes. So, I mean, there's so many things that we haven't even talked about that doTERRA has. So all of these things, toothpaste, home cleaning supplies, air fresheners, candles, take them out and take a moment to just scan briefly through the ingredients of what they have. I bet you there's a few ingredients in there that are not easy to pronounce, or that they sound super crazy or foreign. And hey, I'm going to show you in the next slide some things that you can take a screenshot for, so that you can be on the lookout for those in particular that have been studied to cause harmful things in our system, in our body. Step number 2 is to take a picture of these products. You can just lay them on the floor, on the table, somewhere where you can just take a picture and send it to us. We want to see the things, like kind of purging, if you will, act of purging, and text it to the number that's listed here so that we can get those pictures. And with your permission, what we want to do is we want to share these out, possibly on social media, do like a collage and say, hey, we did this webinar, we're focusing on helping people ditch and switch, and this challenge is meant to help encourage others to do the same. And then step 3 is to begin incorporating doTERRA's powerful products into your home, and whatever that means, personal care first, the cleaning, or maybe one of each. If you're able to completely throw all of these products out and then start new, that would be amazing. But I understand some can't do that, and you may either want to wait until it runs out or do one at a time, and that's okay. Whatever works for you, just know that the first step is the hardest step. Once you start, you'll begin to realize how much is changing your life and how you don't want to go back. Like Stephanie and I were talking about this yesterday. She was saying, I never thought I'd be doing DIY, but I love DIY. And now I do my masks, and we're actually, stay tuned for that. We're going to be sending some emails on DIYs. And so she was telling me all the things that she does. She made toothpaste, and that's amazing. And using the oils, the doTERRA oil. So you can buy a toothpaste from doTERRA, but Stephanie is so creative and crafty. I have no doubt she makes so many amazing DIYs. And I try to do my DIY, so I make the sanitizer spray myself, and amongst other things. But again, it really depends on what you want and what you want to start with. And then step 4 is a bonus gift from us to you. We want to give you more gifts. We want to pretty much complement the fact that you're taking this step forward for your own health, because we're very passionate about helping people in their health. And we want to give you some goodies when you start switching these products and following this challenge. And we also want to offer a free or complimentary wellness consultation. That's optional. If you're not interested in a wellness consultation right now, that's okay, but you'll definitely get some gift from us, like product gifts, for you to continue and encourage you on this journey of natural lifestyle. And that's really just coming out of our heart in the desire to help and serve our community, no matter where you are, because we can ship it to you if you're not local. So we just wanted to share that. Take a screenshot of this before I go on to the next slide, because in the next slide, we have another view where you can also take a screenshot of this if you like, but these are the ingredients, the most common top toxic ingredients found in cleaning products over on the left side. And then on the right side, these are toxins in personal care products like deodorant, sunscreen, toothpaste, and skincare. I bet you, if you really haven't really started to change things, some of these products are in there, some of these ingredients are in there, because it's so common, it's normalized, and it shouldn't be. And I take especially a closer look at the things that you feel like are natural and that you've bought from stores and things that say organic. I mean, it's just crazy. Even the foods we eat say natural and they're not natural. So it's time. It's really time. So anything that you want to add, Stephanie, before we wrap up?
I did actually, and thank you for sharing about the DIYs. I absolutely do love, and I will continue to share just many different ways and things you can do. So two things really quick. Back to the on guard. Um, Going back to showing that slide of how many cleaners, how many bottles you can make. Yeah, let's show them real quick. So this one is actually $17. This is what it looks like.
Perfect. Thank you for covering that.
And actually in the back, or kind of on the side, it shows you how you can use it in your restroom, for your dishes, and how to make the cleaners.
Perfect.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's actually four helpful tips here, and I just thought that that was pretty cool. That's what did it for me. So that's just my personal story with this itself, and then it also shows like how to deal with tough jobs. So even again, as we mentioned, even if you wanted to start with this one, for example, this one simple switch, um, you got to see for yourself how you can apply it at home, and on the side it gives you the different reminders, like I said, for your dishes and other places in your home. um, I know we mentioned that one, and then also, yes, they have the toothpaste, the wipes, the hand sanitizer, the gel, the soap, just many different other amazing products with that specific line. And then going back to this, the very last one, as far as like the toothpaste and deodorant and things like that, if you are open to that and open, to trying, we showed, pretty much the sunscreen and skincare, but I did want to just touch really quick as far as like the deodorant and toothpaste. I always go back to like growing up, we see, for example, Crest and, other different brands and lines that say what they say, right? I just want to share like just personal experiences. The switch, you just want to be open and mindful, right? It's super simple and it's super easy. And again, we can, share and continue to show the how. And just for example, with one simple essential oil, you can create, for those who are like visual, like a small mason jar, with just using one simple single oil, whether it's spearmint, peppermint, whichever you like, however you want to, apply it, will last you. And then lastly, I just wanted to add in making that switch, for example, sticking on the topic of toothpaste and deodorant. I know it can get tricky to where it's like, how is it gonna smell, or how am I gonna smell, or is it gonna work, things like that. And all we recommend is just trying it. You have the support, the guidance is here, just simply trying it. And if those things were to occur where it's like, trying to give like a real life example, like I know with deodorant, like, is it really going to help me, or how am I not going to smell, things like that. That ties back to what you're putting into your body and the toxins. So by using these natural products, you shouldn't have a smell, you shouldn't have an odor coming out. And if you do, whether it's in your mouth or coming out of your pores, in your body, then that alone is something to attend to, back to what you're putting in your body, what you're using on your body, what you're cleaning with. So I just wanted to shine on that one, and just say, like, we use these products, we've made the switch, and this is just, from our heart to yours, just sharing the education and shining the light on these things, and extending the offer of the guidance with ditching and switching, and just doing it, making these simple switches, on the long run is going to be a great decision, for your health and for your family. So I just wanted to share that part.
Yeah, no,
Thank
totally.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing that stuff. And again, this is just a piece of a little bit of our testimony. In fact, I would love to hear from anybody else that's in the webinar live with us here. If you have tried anything that we've mentioned so far and you want to share either on audio or on the chat, that would be really fun. I know in the previous webinars we've done, we've had people like engage too and say, I tried that and I love this. I think those testimonies are powerful for those that haven't probably tried yet. And I mean, I can tell you that going back to the deodorant, I've had people tell me like, look, I don't think I can get rid of my body odor with a natural deodorant. I've tried all these deodorants and they don't work. And so I tell them, just give it a try, like just give it a chance. This is different than what you've tried before, I promise you. But everybody's different. So for you, it can work. Give it a shot. And so far, everybody that has used the doTERRA deodorant, especially, well, I know that the most favorite one is called Balance. They, till this day, no body odor. In fact, that makes me so happy because if you weren't aware of this, most deodorants in the market, even those that claim themselves to be natural, um, they still have a number of toxins. And our armpits, there's there's lymphs in our armpits, and so whenever we try and when we put these toxic ingredients in those places, that can get into our bloodstream even faster. And we also need to be careful, like women need to be careful because that's close to the breast tissue. And so there have been studies on some of these toxins for long periods of time that have created things like breast cancer. So just please be mindful of that, especially any of those deodorants that bring the odor back into the body, or like to help, like some of them I can't call antiperspirant. That's what they're called, antiperspirant. That means that they block the armpit pores from sweating and therefore causing the body odor that people get. But that's horrible. If you didn't know this, if you block any of your pores or try to bring that toxin back into your system, that is only going to be a bomb ready to explode, because that's not how the body is meant to work. So if anything, that's probably one of the first things that I ever heard about in terms of personal care products, then the toothpaste, and then a few others. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this chat. I'm gonna look in I see some chats here. Okay, I see. Okay, so Bethany says that she hasn't tried them yet, the products that we've covered, but she's excited to try. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Bethany. I'm very happy to hear that, because I was just as excited when I first started too. And it's changed my life. It's been 8 years and here we are. Right. Same with Stephanie. Mm-hmm.
And it starts with that, the excitement on just hearing it, and it's these product. I mean, we'll get into that another time, but another thing that we truly love is they speak for themselves, and the history and where they come from, and just all of that. And so it just starts with being mindful and having that openness, and just knowing like we got you, and anyone who is open and excited to making a switch little by little,
Exactly.
the help and the support is here, and that's truly what we're here for. So thank you for sharing that, and yeah, anyone who's watching and is interested, just reach out for the support, and baby steps. We'll start with pretty much whatever calls you, and whatever it is that you want to start with. And
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that. And, finally, just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day or evening to invest in your education. It truly is our calling, and we love this so much. So we hope that you enjoyed every piece of it. You can rewatch this when you get the recording, and reach out to us if you're ready to get started and you haven't tried anything yet and you don't know where to start. That's what we're here for. If you are an existing client and you're watching this and you want to try a few things, we can help you with that. Anything that you need, for most people, is very personalized. So when you speak to us, we'll have that personalized suggestion, and can even give you samples on things that you don't know if you want to try everything yet and you want to dip your toes into. We have that option too. So once again, thank you for all of you that were here with us live. We appreciate your time. Thank you those of you that are watching the recording. We're always here to support you. And then let's stay connected. Over on the right side, we have our social media handles. You can reach us there, or send us an email, and we're happy to connect. So with that, stay tuned. We have future webinars coming up and a local event here in June. So we're excited to announce that via email, and we hope to see you if you're local. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.
Yes,
And
thank you.
bye for now. Thank you,
Bye,
Stephanie.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.